My name is Alex, and I've always been a restless sleeper. For as long as I can remember, my nights have been plagued by vivid dreams and night terrors, but nothing could have prepared me for the horrors of sleep paralysis. It began innocently enough, with a feeling of unease creeping into my nightly routine. I'd wake up in the dead of night, my body frozen in place, unable to move or speak. I panicked as I realized that I was trapped within my own body, a mere spectator to the terror that awaited. One night it happened again. I lay there helpless as a sense of dread washed over me, and then I saw her, a shadowy figure standing at the foot of my bed. Her form was indistinct, like a mirage in the darkness, but her eyes were unmistakable, an unnatural shade of crimson that seemed to pierce through my very soul. She didn't move or speak. She simply stared at me with an intensity that frightened me. I wanted to scream, to flee from the evil presence that had invaded my room, but my vocal cords remained paralyzed. I could only watch as the figure drew closer, her movements sinuous and unnatural, like a serpent on the prowl. She leaned over me, her cold breath against my skin, and whispered words in a language I couldn't understand. The air grew heavy, suffocating, as if her very presence was draining the life from the room. I struggled against the invisible restraints, trying to break free from the nightmarish grip of sleep paralysis. And then, with a suddenness that left me gasping for air, the figure disappeared. The weight on my chest lifted, and I could move once more. I shot up in bed, my heart racing, sweat drenching my sheets. It had been a mere nightmare, I told myself, a product of my overactive imagination. But the horror didn't end there. The sleep paralysis episodes became more frequent, and the figure with crimson eyes returned night after night, each time drawing closer, each time filling me with a deeper sense of dread. I began to fear the very act of falling asleep, knowing that the specter awaited me in the realm of dreams. Desperation drove me to seek answers. I delved into books on sleep disorders, consulted sleep specialists, and even experimented with various sleep aids. But nothing could shield me from the evil presence that had taken hold of my nights. One evening I stumbled upon an old book in the dusty corner of a second-hand bookstore. Its pages were yellowed with age, and the cover bore an image that really frightened me. An unnatural depiction of a shadowy figure with crimson eyes. The book spoke of ancient folklore, of a nocturnal demon that preyed on the helpless in their sleep, a demon known as the Night Hag. As I read through the pages, a chilling realization washed over me. The figure I had encountered in my sleep paralysis episodes bore an uncanny resemblance to the Night Hag of legend. According to the book, the only way to banish the Night Hag was to confront her in the realm of dreams, to summon the courage to face the very embodiment of fear. I knew what I had to do. That night, as I drifted into the unsettling embrace of sleep paralysis, I focused all my willpower on one thought: to confront the Night Hag, to break free from her terrorizing grip. The figure appeared as expected, her eyes gleaming with evil, but this time I refused to cower. With a surge of determination, I met her crimson gaze and spoke a single word, an incantation I had found buried deep within the pages of the old book. The room quaked, and the figure recoiled, her form flickering like a dying flame. She hissed and writhed, her crimson eyes dimming with each passing moment. I repeated the incantation, my voice growing stronger, my will unwavering. And then, with a final deafening scream, the Night Hag dissipated into nothingness, leaving behind a sense of emptiness. I awoke with a gasp, my room bathed in the soft glow of dawn. The specter was gone, banished by my own determination and the ancient incantation. I couldn't be sure if it was a mere dream or a genuine encounter with a malevolent force, but one thing was certain: I had triumphed over the terror that had haunted my nights. In the days that followed, the sleep paralysis episodes grew less frequent, and the Specter did not return. I had confronted the darkness within myself, and in doing so I had regained control over my own mind. Sleep will never be a sanctuary it once was, but I've learned that even the most terrifying nightmares can be conquered when we dare to confront them head-on. The night hag may have tested my limits, but in the end, it was my own willpower that prevailed, and I now sleep with a newfound sense of resilience, knowing that I can face the shadows that lurk in the deepest recesses of the night.